Hey, Pastor Steve Waldron. I hope you're having a great day in Jesus. So thankful you're here with us. One of my favorite authors, Paul Johnson, The Intellectuals, Modern Times, History of the Jews, History of Christianity, History of the American people. Yeah, he's a history buff, and he kind of seems to appeal to people from all levels and all people on the different spectrum of belief systems and that type thing. But he's just a great historian. So I have not read this book. I'm just found out it was available. I'm just really making you aware of it because some of you may be Paul Johnson fans as well. But the Renaissance, the Renaissance kind of started. I know there's a lot of debate on that, but with the fall of Constantinople, 1453, and the flood of Greek literature to the West, and the Greeks had kind of kept alive the Greeks, the Byzantines, the Byzantine Empire had kind of kept alive, the Greek philosophical system, Aristotle, Plato, that type thing. And so all this newfound knowledge, and then in 1455 with Gutenberg and the printing press, kind of this coalescing to where people really began, you had Vala and all this, Erasmus, of course, began examining things and examining beliefs, and people were just not satisfied with what the church told them. And, we need verification of things. And so the church had, in some ways, long story, corrupt on a few different levels, at various places, varying in the levels, trying to give it the proper nuance. And, so the light of truth, it's like, what were the donations of Constantine? Was this real? I think that was Fernand Vala. I can't remember his first name. But the apostolic successions and Renaissance painting, and of course, the incredible architecture of the Renaissance, not only just the literature. Now, some people would say the Renaissance maybe started before 1453. I understand that as well. Geoffrey Chaucer here, all kinds of stuff. So, it just looks like a great book. It's very good print size, as you've already seen. I'm reading here, Michelangelo was born in Florence in 1475 and died in Rome 88 years later. He had over 70 years of active artistic life. Without Paul's arrest, working as sculptor, painter, and architect, and writing poetry, more nonsense has been written about him than about any other great artist. He was a neurotic, homosexual, and Neoplatonist mystic. In fact, he was nothing more than a very skilled, energetic artist, very often very harassed when he got himself in contractual messes, not always of his own devising. He never thought about anything except getting on with his art as best he could and worshiping God. See, that's just good stuff that he just cuts through the backdrop. Murray Rothbard's a lot like that, which I don't agree necessarily with everything Murray says, but Murray Rothbard always gave you the backstory, the rest of the story, And Paul Johnson does that as well. I'm looking at Etruscan models. Oh, good stuff. I think Francis Schaeffer's books on He is Here, He's Not Silent, and He Spoke, and all this, from a Christian perspective, really give a good view on this time period and era. So, The Renaissance by Paul Johnson, if you just like a good read, it's not very long. I forgot to tell you how long it was with the index. It's just 167 pages. Again, about 11-point print, a lot of room to write on the side and the bottom especially. Just good. Spread and decline of the Renaissance. We might need to just give you one more look inside. The Renaissance obviously gave rise to the Reformation too, because this questioning of what was going on, again coupled with the printing press, gave rise to the Reformation, which gave rise to so much, a lot of prosperity, a lot of freedom. Somebody was doing a study and they said if you were rich in 1500, you're still rich today. And that's a long story in of itself. God bless. We love you. Talk with you later. Keep living for Jesus. Hit subscribe, bell notification, share with your friends, put it on social media. Join us daily. Talk with you later. God bless you in Jesus' name.